And after a 3-day weekend, we have spent... My name is Trey, and this is my fiance Jessica. Welcome back, by the way. She's been gone for a couple of weeks at a wedding. And how was it?
Oh, it was so beautiful. I felt so grateful to be able to witness such a beautiful union. Lily, Nick, I hope you enjoyed your honeymoon. Sending you both lots of love and hugs.
And this weekend, we're gonna record each time that we swipe the card because, as you know, travel weekends can be kind of expensive, so we want to see how much this comes out to. We're trying to be under budget, but who knows? And we want to see how it compares to yours. This weekend, we moved from the Thousand Trails Lake of the Springs location all the way up to Oregon, the Mount Hood location up there. And we're gonna go check out Crater Lake for 2 days. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our first purchase of the weekend, which takes form of a Hipcamp, and I'm trying to decide where we're gonna stay. And this happens on Thursday night. I'm trying to plan the weekend, trying to get everything routed out, because we want to go see Crater Lake National Park. And the app I'm using, I've talked about it all the time. If you're a returning viewer here, if you've been here for a while, you know one of my favorite supplemental apps is called Hipcamp. And there's a perfect spot about 25-30 miles away from Crater Lake National Park, which is ideal. It is a little pricier though, so it's about $75 a night, and it comes out to, for 2 nights, $175 with a $25 service fee. So that's what makes it $175. But we did have options a little bit north of that. We could have stayed in Bend, but we would have sacrificed distance and convenience for a little bit less of a Hipcamp cost. So the places in Bend, Oregon were about $50 a night versus the $75, which is 30 minutes away. And Bend, Oregon is about 2.5 hours away. So I think that's a sound decision. In my opinion, it's a little more expensive than what I wanted to pay. We were looking into Harvest Host, for example, but we're not members just yet, and I didn't know if I want to make that investment right now. They do have a 50% discount from what I was seeing, but the thing with Harvest Host that I don't necessarily like is that you kind of feel obligated to go in and buy something from the winery or brewery. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I don't feel like I should be obligated to if I don't want to, because for me personally, I'm not a big drinker, so it wouldn't make sense for me to go in and buy a bottle of wine or go to a brewery or wherever I'm located at. And plus, I'd probably end up spending more if I did anyways. If I'm gonna go there, I'm not gonna spend $20 on a bottle of wine. I'm probably gonna go in there and want to buy the whole store. Our second expense for the trip is getting gas, and like I always say, I like to get gas before hitching up to the RV because it just makes everything a little bit smoother. So it's $5.19 a gallon. Let's see what that comes out to. All right, so we are currently $311 deep. Gas was $136.83, so plus the $175 from earlier, and we are already $311 deep for the weekend, and we hadn't even hit the road yet. So I'm gonna go back, help Jess get packed up, and we're gonna hit the road because we got to go all the way up to Crater Lake today, which is about a 5-6 hour drive. So that's the first, wherever the sewage is just backflowing. Never had that happen before. With the package. You good?
Coffee for you?
All right. So what was that? $34.75 is what that is. Making a little pit stop by Camping World. We got a few items to replace, like our water nozzle that broke, the spray port cover that broke. That's the RV life. A few things break and you gotta get it replaced. Got out of Camping World, and our total for all the little things we bought was $63 and some change. And we had $60 in credit, which helped out. I mainly think that came from our washer that we bought back in Arizona, Utah.
$60 whole dollars back.
Yes, so $3 or close to $4 for our Camping World trip, but we still got to get some propane. About an hour later, ready to hit the road, and I think this trip cost us about $52 for Camping World and going up to the Jayco Center to get some propane. Honestly, not too bad. So second gas trip is done, and that was $123 plus $11.50 for some snacks. we'll add it all up here in the end. But guys, do y'all see that rig back there? I'm gonna put some photos up on the screen here, but that is a cool rig. She told me all about it, but I can't remember what exactly it is, but we've been passing them on the road here back and forth, and that is, nobody's cool as these guys on the road here. Tonight has finally made it to the Oregon state line. Came to do a little pit stop here. So leaving Walmart, and that was $67, $68 added to the bill for the day. I think we're getting close to $400 or $500 deep, and well, we'll see more when we get back home and tally it up.
Try to get good. That's how you
Take care. Have a good night.
Good morning. We are headed to Crater Lake today. Which one we hiking?
I just want it known for the record, if you ever ask this man how far away something is, how long something's going to take, don't ever believe him. He will lie.
Listen, we're 40 miles away from the park and it shows 4 hours and 15 minutes. I just think it might be a little snow, so we might not get the trail of our choosing today, but we're still gonna check it out. We always make that good first attempt and then we change plans.
Have it all ready for me? Would you like a map?
Yes, please.
Okay. 7 more miles up the road will get you to Rim Village and your first viewpoint of the lake.
Great, thank you.
They say Crater Lake gets about an average of 45 feet of snow. I believe it, and it's almost damn near June. How's your hike, Jess? Good?
Yeah.
You know, I really find it hard that there's still snow close to June on trails this time of year. I mean, we're at 6,100 feet and we're trudging through snow most of the way. But luckily we did make it to the parking lot. We didn't actually have to like park way back wherever and hike to the trailhead. We were actually just able to pull up through it. So props to you guys at the Crater Lake road maintenance crew. The road maintenance crew for Crater Lake. You guys deserve a raise. Which one are you gonna get?
I think I'll get this one.
There you go. Sesame. I want to take a minute and talk about the hip camp that we're staying at, and it's this one right here. And it is a beautiful spot. It's very secluded. I think it only has like 3 RV sites, so if you're a person that doesn't like to be cramped up next to other people, this is the spot for you. It is a little bit more on the expensive end, I would say, as far as the hip camps we've paid for. I'm at $75 a night, but it's 25 minutes away from the park itself, so you can't hardly beat that. But the town itself doesn't really have much from what we've seen, but if you do want to check it out, I highly suggest to do so. Beware, the mosquitoes are active and they are dangerous. We pulled in last night and got swarmed, but other than that, you're gonna have a great time. We gotta get some gas, and I think that the rule is in Oregon, they pump the gas for you, and I think that's what's going on over here, but we're about to find out. It's day 3 of the journey. We are ready to go to Mount Hood today. We had an absolute fantastic time at Crater Lake yesterday. We ended up just coming back after the sunset and cooking in, because I think by the time we got finished shooting and taking photos and having fun, the restaurants were all closed. And in the town of Prospect, there's really not much, and everything closes pretty early. So we just came back, made some dinner, which also saved us some money in the way, so that was nice. But we got about 5-6 hours today, and we're gonna go ahead and head to Mount Hood. Finally made it to Bend, Oregon, which I hear a lot about this place, but it's so sad. We're just passing through, grabbing some food and keep marching. I'd love to spend some more time here, honestly. She's got the goods. Definitely has the goods.
Order up.
So $41 at the Starbucks. Add it to the list. And what was it for?
3 wraps, breakfast wraps, 2 grande drinks, and a muffin and 2 loaves of bread.
These are some gas prices I can get behind.
We in, Bobby.
All set up. This is a beautiful spot, and I think the only things left to do is go get groceries and go get something to eat. Where are you taking me out to eat?
I don't know, where you take me out to eat?
So second time at the Fred Meyer. Are you a fan?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer a Heb.
Got the porks. This is gonna hurt. All right, what's the total bill?
$303.73. We saved $12.85.
That was with the membership. We did sign up today. After a 3-day weekend from traveling from California up to Oregon, we have spent $1,212.43 just getting from there to here. How does that compare to your travel weekend? Let us know down below in the comments. So let's break this down, because I feel like that's a little absurd. Not everybody wants to spend $1,200 every time they move, and we move about every 2 weeks, so a little unfeasible. So let's break down on a daily basis where this came from. On Friday, we spent a grand total of $313.80. Saturday, we spent $315.03. And on Sunday, we spent $583.60, and that's mainly coming from groceries. Groceries on the West Coast has always been every 2 weeks, anywhere from about $300 to $400. And that's because we like to buy for 2 weeks at a time, so we average about $150 a week in groceries. Also, we did spend some money at Camping World. We had to make some repairs and kind of change out our filters and everything like that, so some maintenance was due. And typically, our travel weekend is only 2 days long, so this was a Memorial Day weekend, and we got an extra date added in there, which was nice. So our hip camps were typically a little lower since we're only going to spend 1 night there instead of 2 nights. Maybe this was the outlier weekend of all the travel weekends we have. That's probably why it was a little extra expensive as well. And thank you guys for being the best part of this channel and hanging out with us this weekend. And if you were entertained or learned anything from this video, feel free to give a subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next adventure, which is next weekend when we go check out some of the trails on Mount Hood, which I'm excited for. We're gonna get to take the dogs out and go have a bunch of fun. So we'll see you then. Until next time, peace out, much love.